everyone, and welcome to another What's the Play video here on the Lords of Limited YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. We are rocking a ton of videos each and every week, and that's the best way to be alerted when they are dropped. We also encourage you to leave a comment in the comment section below or click the thumbs up button. All of that stuff helps to grow the channel. All right, on to the deck and the decision point here. Drafting on Arena this week. So here is the deck. Exploiting the bots with their hate of Devourer of Memory right here, the blue-black 2-drop. Was hoping to draft a sort of blue-black aggro deck, but unfortunately just ended up with 2 Pharika spawns and a Thrix, and, well, we just have a good blue-black deck on our hands here, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it. So here's the deck: a Thrix, double spawn, final death, triple Devourer, still a good curve of creatures at the bottom, some sacrifice outlets in double Soul Reaper of Mogus, and a Lampad of Death's Vigil. On to the decision. So here we go. It's turn number 4 for us after going Devourer into Devourer. Our opponent on black-white here with just Swamp and 2 plains dropped a Favored of Iroas last turn. So you've got, as I see it, a number of options. Or I should say sort of 2 schools of thought here in terms of your options. The first is, well, look at your opponent's life total. It's at 18, right? So one activation of a Devourer will trigger both. So we'll put a card from our library into our graveyard, and that will cause each of these to turn into 3/2 unblockables. That's 6 points of unblockable damage against an opponent at 18. That means they're on a 3-turn clock, right? Now the problem with that, or what I should say first, is the other option is to just attack in with both, offer the trade, say like, hey, I'm fine to trade a Devourer for your Favorite of Iroas while it's just a 3-mana 2/2 and no double strike shenanigans are possible. Opponent's tapped out. So you say, all right, I'll attack him with both, fine to take the trade, fine for you to take 4 also, and then I can just deploy 2 more 2-drops. Probably the ones with 2 power, the Discordant Piper and the Stinging Lionfish. Save the Lampad of Death's Vigil for a following turn. The nice thing about this is if they take the trade and we do rip a land, then we'll have, their Favorite of Iroas will be gone. We'll have gotten in for 2. We'll deploy 4 more power onto the board with the Lionfish and the Piper. And then if they play 1 threat or 1 thing that sticks to the board and we draw a land, then we can final death that thing and get in for 6. And then they will be down to 10. We'll have 3 threats on board, plus a Lampad waiting in the wings to sort of lethal them. Plus a single Devourer still in play to pump mana into. So you could probably tell from the amount of time I'm spending talking about one line versus the other about which one I took. But I'd be interested to hear what you have to say. So we'll take a second here and maybe jump into the comments and say what you would do. Would you take your opponent's dead in 3 turns line by just saying I'm going to pump mana into this Devourer each and every turn? Or do you offer the trade here, don't pump, and then deploy some more threats? Well, here we are, folks. I decided to go with the offer the trade, deploy 2 threats line. While it's very, very tempting to say, all right, I have my opponent dead in 3 turns, there's a number of things that can go wrong, especially against a black-white opponent. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in their hand, right? They've deployed only 1 spell so far this game. What are the odds your opponent doesn't have any amount of removal? What are the odds your opponent doesn't have any amount of life gain in black-white? If we're against a blue-green deck, I feel like I'm more inclined to say, YOLO, let's try and go for just lethal in 3 turns, because blue-green's going to probably have fewer ways to interact with onboard threats than other color pairs. Blue-green's going to have perhaps fewer ways to gain life than a color pair like black-white. Against black-white specifically, it feels risky, and just in general, it feels risky to me to go for the line that is lethal in 3 turns, where you can just go ahead and attack in with both. They can take the trade, they cannot take the trade. You get to impact the board in a very meaningful way this turn with 2 more attackers going very wide against this opponent, and you've got removal and reach with Lampad in terms of being able to close out the game if your opponent is able to stabilize. So that's what I went with. I did offer the trade. They did take it, traded off a Favorite of Iroas, and I did deploy the 2 power creatures after that, and I did go on to win this game. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.